like this.
Just keep your patience. Izquierda 4 poco hielo, 4 zas poco hielo. 40, derecha 2 menos zas.
The first victim of the year and the rally, Skoda's number 2, Luis Clement.
Extintor, la rueda. Ese no es de dentro.
It's very, very slippery with ice, and in a corner just 0 kilometers per hour, touch a little at the rear, and the bumper go down and the exhaust put fire, and arrive at the end of the stage with fire.
As predicted, Mäkinen was masterful in Sisteron. Snow, ice and a fin, a potent combination. Still in the running, but not in the frame, Mäkinen's teammate Freddie Loix. His grip on the conditions not as impressive as Mäkinen's. None of the major stars had gone out on day 1, but early on day 2, Tony Gardemeister's hopes of repeating his Monte Carlo magic evaporated. Colin McRae was still third, 28 seconds behind leader Marcus Grönholm, but only 1 second behind Mäkinen.
Left opens over crest. Into slow 4 right. I think you've got to keep it tidy. Slow 4 right. Into 6 crest.
McRae feared a 10th retirement in succession when his teammate Carlos Sainz was halted with an oil pump failure.
Yeah, unfortunately he had an oil pump drive failure, which meant that he had no oil pressure, and also it's the same shaft that drives the alternator, so the car wasn't charging either. It's unfortunate that it happened on a road section, not even on a competitive section, so no points for Carlos.
The fiercest battle was for third. Radstrom got ahead of McRae by half a second going into the final 25-kilometre stage, despite a near off.
Long easy right tightens, 2 easy left over crest, 70.
Singing his stage notes in Sweden, Tina Turner.
60 long bad right plus before sign. In junction. Ah. 150, crest in easy left opens and tightens.
To finish the safari, you have to build your car as much like a tank as a racing machine. Both Seats were charging like rhinos until Tony Gardemeister's door, or lack of one, started causing problems for the Finn.
After 10 kilometers there was quite bad bump, and I think the door lock was broken, and then suddenly the door drops and like this. And then we should drive 100 kilometers without the door, and there was very big dust, I don't see nothing.
The Subarus left everyone eating their dust. Burns leading from Kankkunen.
And easy left. And long easy right. Tightens and opens.
Juha Kankkunen hit a cow but managed to keep his head and second place.
Yeah, just one cow, not one, there were about 10 of them. Just came from the right from the bush and just couldn't go to the left enough, to go around because there were some trees and things, so just hit them.
The heat got to Gilles Panizzi, who boiled over after another car had held him up.
The driver before is not sport. Why? Because I remount him, and the helicopter, my helicopter, say to him, Stop! He don't stop. And me, paf!
Panizzi retired from the rally with a $50,000 fine after taking the law into his own hands. With some stages in Africa as long as a whole rally in Europe, concentration is often a problem. McRae's hard rally eventually ended when he drowned his Ford Focus in a river, dammed deliberately by spectators. Petter Solberg tried to bump start his teammate, but with no joy.
There was a water splash about 2/3 of the way through, and spectators had dammed it, so it was obviously a lot deeper. We knew it was deeper, and we went into it just as cautiously as we could. But unfortunately, when you accelerate through, you've got to sort of find the balance between getting through and getting stuck. The wave of water came over the front, but we had no protection on the air intake, so it just went straight in the air intake and drowned the engine.
Right out of the box, the Subaru was lightning quick. Burns quickly opened a 40-second lead with 4 stage wins. But Kankinen's car was already suffering first rally niggles. He went out. Within minutes, Finland's Tommi Mäkinen crashed out after ramming a tree stump. His season was going from good to bad to awful.
No ei oo perkele
totta. Se osui siihen kantoon.
Ai jaa.
It was tight hairpin right. There was some very little tree stump inside, and we didn't mark it on our notes.
Freddie Loix has never been as fast since a major accident in Kenya. In Portugal, he looked off the pace again. The roads of Portugal are fast and unforgiving. This is David Loix. Incredibly, he escaped unhurt. For as quick as Burns, cutting corners only made it worse for the cars behind, as Lewis Clement found out. Sainz had set fastest time on 3 stages, giving him a 4-second lead from Grönholm. Then it all went wrong.
Well, I was coming just after a crash and too much in the inside, and it was a rail. They have put a guardrail in the inside, and I just hit it with the middle of the car.
Sainz's rally ended on 2 wheels, not 4. Petter Solberg lost it in one of the water splashes, rolling right into the arms of willing helpers.
You're okay, you're okay. Stay in the car, just stay in the car. Switch your wipers off. Okay. Okay.
I don't want to do that again, because that was on the limit. Your heart starting to do like this.
Somehow, the rest of the field all made it through unscathed. Juha Kankkunen clipped a tree in his Subaru, but still took 4th place. Tommy Mäkinen finished 3rd. Marcus Grunholm came close to losing 2nd place on 2 occasions. Once when he clipped a bank, and another time when he went into a corner.
And K left to right Max. And K left to right Max 40 fast left plus.
You have to get another shot of me coming out of the car. Richard, congratulations, your third win of the year. How does this compare to the first 2? This has been really tough today. It's been the weather like this, you can see what it's like, and the last stage was a hell of a lot of mud and really, really horrible to drive. But obviously we got the right car, the right tyres for this condition, and it couldn't have been better. We really had a lot of luck, I think, as well, because we had a lot of problems on the first day. Yesterday was fantastic.
With 3 wins in 4 rallies and a comfortable lead in the championship, it looked like Burns was the man everyone had to beat for the 2000.
And there was some concrete pole in the bushes, and bam! Suddenly we were on the roof, but we came on the wheels again.
In most other European countries, the police would have stopped Grönholm for driving on 3 wheels, but not in Greece. Freddie Loix had gone out on the very first stage with a sheared hub shaft at over 100 kilometers an hour. The same happened to Tommy Mäkinen, leaving his title hopes in tatters. His last win was way back in Monte Carlo. Of playing catch-up on day 2 suffered when he got stuck behind Francois Delacour. His suspension also broken.
Braking, flat right 20, fast right plus in, and fast right plus 80, 90 left plus tightens maybe. We're past it, okay.
The top drivers were dropping like flies. Grunholm's rally ended when his Peugeot's engine gave up the ghost.
No engine anymore, no engine.
And Delacour lost a lot of time when he nearly went off the edge of a cliff.
Suddenly the car went on the right side and I was nearly in the drop. After that I had the fire in the car, nearly next to the tanks at the back of the car, that I was very afraid. I stopped the car and some spectator helped me to put the car down, and we lost maybe 7 minutes, something like that.
Tony Gardemeister finished 3rd in 1999. No chance of that this year.
We landed a little bit to the ditch, to the right side, a little bit too much, half meter or something, and then or meter. And then after that, the car started to do like twisting in a road. And then next corner, 50 meters later, we go straight to the field, and there was big drop, and the car started the rolling. I don't know how many times, but many.
Didier Auriol was also in trouble in the other Seat. Listen out for Denis Giraudet saying his prayers.
Mamie, je t'aime. Mamie, je t'aime.
C'est bon.
C'est bon? Ça va?
C'est bon.
Putain. Allez, va. Ça va, Didier? Tu te sens bien?
Ça va, ça va.
Second a kilometre faster than anyone else. Delacour's reign ended with gearbox problems.
Et la boîte faisait un gros bruit. Un gros bruit.
Past him, into the lead, went Marcus Grönholm.
Ahdas. Oikein nopea ahdas. Tim's narrow. 20. Flat right. 50.
Despite this spin on stage 13, Burns ended day 2 in 3rd place.
20 flat right. 50 flat left.
Grönholm came close, very close, to losing his lead on the last day.
Oikein eri pyöreen. 8 ja vasen pitkä nopea risteys. Kirraa, varo.
But whereas Grönholm escaped by the skin of his teeth, Burns did not. The power steering failed less than 30 kilometres from the finish.
Right plus.
The power steering failed about 2 or 3 kilometres from the end of the stage, and there was a lot of oil over the engine. We got to here, turned it off to try and find out what was wrong, see if we could fix it, and then the car wouldn't start. So.
In a double whammy, Juha Kankkunen's Subaru also failed to start at exactly the same time control.
Before the left, hey, the tight.
Just as high-flying was Norway's Petter Solberg in 4th place.
Well, the most important thing for me now is to jump highest, longest, because I want to have lots of promotion. That's the thing, you know, so I get many pictures.
Solberg got in lots of pictures all right by planting his Focus 200 metres into the forest. And still he tried to drive it out.
What can I say? We came too fast over a crest here, and we get the back end a little bit outside in the ditch, and then we just went around and into the bushes.
Stage 11 was one of the longest stages on the rally and one of the fastest. At the finish, the cars were nudging 180 kilometres an hour. With the finish line in sight, Richard Burns was in 6th gear.
And flat right. 100.
Three times Burns' $500,000 Subaru barrel rolled before slamming into a wall of pine trees. Amazingly, he still recorded the second fastest time on the stage. Luckily, neither Burns nor his co-driver Robert Reed suffered more than a stiff neck.
Yep, yeah. You better slow the car down, because somebody else is going to end up in here as well. Yeah. It's a bit of a stupid place to put a flying finish.
Well, everything was going fine, and I just went into the last corner of the stage too fast. I had it as a 6-gear corner that tightened, and it tightened a bit more than I thought, and that was that.
All the Englishman could do was watch as his championship lead disintegrated before his eyes. Out of the choking dust came Armin Schwartz, the only top driver to have driven before in Cyprus. Confidently, he had the revised Octavia floating through stage 2. Calling the notes is his co-driver Manfred Hema. At 100 kilometres an hour, Schwartz got too confident.
Well, it's actually my stupid mistake. I did not really listen to Manfred enough. When I really saw what's coming up, then it was too late, because we came in too fast to this corner, and then we rolled the car.
In a matter of minutes, both Skodas were out. Lewis Clement lost engine oil. Poland's Krzysztof Holowicz was pushing hard in 16th place when his world went upside down.
flat right.
Burns was trying hard, too hard, to catch sights. A couple of times he ran wide in his desperation to stop the Spaniard.
Jesus, Robert. 40 slow K left. 20 K right. 10 K right. Tight, baby.
Mathematically, the reigning champion, Tommy Mäkinen, knew that a winning Corsica would lift him back into the title fight, but it was obvious from the first two stages that his Mitsubishi was outclassed by younger, faster cars. Mäkinen's Mitsubishi teammate Freddie Loix didn't even make it to the second corner, let alone the second stage. On cold tyres and with too heavy a right foot, his exit from the Tour de Corse was fast and dramatic.
It was a big crash because the speed wasn't so high, but I think somewhere between 80 and 100, and we went just straight like that, and we flew down for I think 20-30 meters.
Hyundai missed the Cyprus rally to concentrate on testing for Corsica, but on stage 2, Kenneth Eriksson's rally came to a dramatic end.
10 kilometers before the end of the stage, we had no tread left, you know. It was the steel of the tires, and we missed the braking point, and because of that, and we hit the bank a little bit, so we snapped the wishbone off the car, you know. And then we had a double puncture as well, and we had to struggle really to come out of the stage.
Peugeot's asphalt king, Gilles Panizzi, was lucky not to damage his car on Eriksson's debris as he charged up stage 2 behind the Swede. Amazingly, he still set fastest time. Panizzi's teammate François Delacour led into the first service after finishing second on both stages. Delacour was desperate to win in Corsica. His last World Championship victory was 6 years ago. Delacour won the Tour de Corse in 1993 in a Ford Sierra. He took advantage of knowing every inch of every stage. Delacour almost lost his lead on stage 5 when two pigs played chicken with the Frenchman.
I come in for win, not for finish at the back.
I think it's nothing because tomorrow it will rain, and in this condition I think everybody can win the rally. You know, if you do a very bad choice of tire tomorrow and everything can happen, then 6 seconds is nothing, and look at the sky. I think everybody is speaking about the rain. I think we will get some rain.
Going into stage 10, Colin McRae was 4th on the road and on course to take the lead in the championship. After plummeting off the road at 110 kilometers an hour, McRae lay trapped unconscious, upside down in his Ford Focus. With fuel leaking from the car, fire crews fought to free the Scot. Nicky Grist was shaken but unhurt. It took 40 agonising minutes to free McRae, who then walked to a waiting stretcher.
Well, I think the important thing is that Colin's out of the car. He was on 2 feet when he came out of the car. He's now been taken to hospital by helicopter in Bastia, and obviously we're just glad that Colin's okay. These Scots are made of pretty tough stuff, so we're just hopeful that everything's all right, and we wish him all the best.
Day 3, and Mäkinen was still hopeful of a championship point as he started stage 13, the same stage where Freddie Loix had crashed 48 hours earlier.
Paseri plus ja huomio, hae oikee 3, pitkä oikee nopea plus aukee. Jatkuu pitkä oikee nopea plus. Oi saatana!
Half a kilometre from the site of Loix's accident, Mäkinen too crashed into the bush. Burns showed on the day's first stage that third was not enough. He wanted second, or even first. Grönholm was out of the points, and he could smell the chance to retake the lead in the title race. He was driving like a man possessed. His desire to win had got the better of him. From the outside, the Subaru looked unscathed, but the radiator had been holed. Burns and co-driver Robert Reed nursed it as far as the time control, but the engine was cooked and the Subaru coughed to a halt.
No, we're okay. We can push. We can push. You're okay, Richard. You're okay. Okay, Rob.
Boiling oil and long faces showed that the prognosis was bad. Richard, the news doesn't look good. The car won't restart, is that right?
No, looks like the head gasket is gone.
You must be gutted.
Yeah, I didn't think we wouldn't leave at all. I thought if we got here, to be fair, the engine did well, I think, to get this far, because it's run a long time without any water at all. So I thought if we got here, then should be able to fix it, but it doesn't look like that.
There was always a chance that by finishing third, Grönholm could be handed victory in San Remo. That was incentive enough to put him on maximum attack. The attack was too hard though. Grönholm whacked a wall and bent his rear suspension. Third was a lost cause. Subaru's new boy Marco Martin ran off the road on stage 16 in his penultimate drive for Toyota. Petter Solberg's attention-grabbing drive for his new team ended when he whacked his Subaru against a tree on stage 8.
Slow, easy right, in.
Maybe just, well, clipped the bank on the inside in the last right-hander, and it shouldn't have happened, but the bottom control arm was broken, so that's it. The wheel's in against the arch, we can't go any further.
Stage 16 held the same significance as stage 9 on the first day. Cue more tactical driving. As other drivers were backing off though, Kankkunen was barrelling into trouble.
30 turn. Okay, right. Meneer Zodarik. Stop links, borduur.
More problems for Freddie Loix. On stage 3, his rally was over. With Burns needing to emulate Houdini to stand any chance of winning the rally, let alone the title, Colin McRae soon took up the job of chasing the runaway Finn. Ford's other star, Carlos Sainz, also waved goodbye to the Drivers' Championship in Australia, but Sainz was third in Britain, even after a brief excursion into a ditch. And not once, but twice. Stage 5 caught out both Ford drivers. McRae came away unscathed, but lost his lead to Grönholm. The windscreen wipers on Armin Schwartz's Skoda packed up in the middle of a rainstorm in Raiola. Tony Gardemeister wasn't having much of a day either. The only way Gardemeister could see where he was going was to peer under the bonnet. At the end of the stage, he jumped on the offending bonnet as much in anger as trying to fix it. For stage 12, the cars ran back through Raiola, and there was another twist in the title race as McRae ran into a ditch and took the front off his Ford. He struggled another 4 kilometres before pulling over and out of the lead.
No, once we realised the radiator was burst, then obviously it was a long way to go, so we pulled off.
100 fölfele jobb 2 tempó, 20-ra bal 2 tempó, 20-ra bal 2 tempó, 25-re bal 2 szűk, bal 2 szűk, és bal 2, és bal 2, majd 50-re jobb 2, itt a bal 2, és 50-re jobb 2, jobb 2, majd szűk 50-re jobb 3 az aszfaltra. Szűk 50-re jobb 3 az aszfaltra.